Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of RV Tips and Trips. I've put off doing this video for a while because I wanted to see what gasoline prices were going to do. We've been hanging out in Florida, and the main reason that we've been staying in Florida was to take care of some medical issues that's going on, so we had to be here much longer than what we intended. But things have been changing as far as like gasoline prices, and so I'm very hesitant about taking off and traveling across the country when there are questions about what gasoline prices are going to do and what the availability of the gasoline is going to be. Okay, so first thing I want to start off by saying is that my truck is gas. So the pricing is not quite as bad as what diesel is, and gas is right now abundant. Diesel is running a lot higher. Here in Florida, I'm paying like $4.39 to $4.49 a gallon for gas for the truck. It costs me now about $150 to fill, where before, a little over a year ago, it was only costing about $75, $80 to fill. So big difference. But diesel fuel is running $5.50 to $5.75 down here in Florida. So everybody is talking about it. Truckers are talking about it. RVers are talking about it. So I'll throw my 2 cents in here too, that there is going to be a diesel shortage. They've been talking about a worldwide diesel shortage, but it's coming here to the US. And from what I understand, it's going to start in the Northeast, from like North Carolina all the way on up through Maine. That probably it's going to begin within the next few weeks. So today is May 18. All right, so we're saying maybe in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks on the outside is that diesel may start to get scarce in the Northeast. So, and don't think just because that like I have a gas truck or you got a gas truck that it's not going to affect you. Oh yes, it is, because diesel trucks is what gets the gasoline delivered to the gas stations. So if the trucks aren't running, guess what? They're not going to get deliveries to the gas station. And if that's the case, you're not going to have gas either. So, but yeah, this is top of mind for even truckers. You know, normally they let their trucks idle and they go to sleep. So they're air conditioned, or in the winter they got heat. Might not be able to do that quite as much. You got a lot of independent truckers out there, and they're kind of getting squeezed right now. The spot pricing for trucks, deliveries, the price that the truckers are collecting is going down, and meanwhile their costs are going up. Some truckers may even just let their trucks sit for a while until the situation calms down. So just be prepared for that. This is going to interrupt not only our ability to drive around, but it's also going to interrupt probably food supplies as well. So just be prepared for that. So someone talking about that the gasoline, someone talking that the diesel cost is going to go up to about $10 a gallon or more. Right now, there's a lot of places in the US, like in California, up in Pennsylvania, they're already paying $6.50 a gallon for diesel fuel. So what does this mean for us RVers? Well, especially us full-timers, and those of us that are actually retired. We're on a fixed budget, and now the gasoline prices are just totally blowing my budget out the window here. So this is what I'm going to do to try and counter this. Number one is we're going to drive shorter distances from park to park. I don't want to drive more than an hour. I'm trying to keep it when we move, that it's an hour or less distance. So down here in Florida, people do the shuffle around during the winter. Well, we're still down here in Florida, and because of doctors, I have to stay down here a few more months yet. So we just kind of shuffle around a little bit without moving too much. So short hops, number one, keep the gas down, and staying put longer. Thank goodness I got 1,000 trails. I can stay put for 21 days. Can also extend our stays by a week. I can do that 4 times for 29 bucks. So I can stay a month in one place and a month in another place for a few months anyway. So that will help. I've been trying to stock up on food because, like I said, you could face a situation where food can become kind of scarce or thin. You already see some of that going on in the supermarkets now. So I've been stocking up dried goods, pasta, beans, cereal. Well, yeah, I do have cereal, oatmeal, soups, the dried soups, ramen noodles, the packages of like tuna fish and stuff. So I got some food that's ready to eat, some canned goods, trying to avoid canned goods, though not doing too much of that, but you still have to do some because the canned goods really weigh. So I'm trying to keep things that are in packages and that are lightweight so we can store them in the fifth wheel. So that's how we're dealing with it so far, and that is going to be what I'm going to continue to do that, staying put as long as I can. So that is our methodology right now. The cause of all this, well, we know the pipelines and that, and oil leases that have been canceled. None of that stuff is helping, but a big part of this now is we are exporting fuel outside of the U.S. We're sending it to Europe. Diesel is going to Europe to counter the Europeans' dependence on Russian oil. So we're trying to help out Europe, but we're hurting ourselves doing it. So, but that's what's going on, and so this could get tight, and it could get so tight that there may be gas rationing and diesel fuel rationing. I mean, I can't predict the future, but it's possible that that's going to be coming, that they ration it. Otherwise, you're going to have gas stations running out of fuel here and there, and that's not usually a pretty sight. Back in the 70s, I mean, I experienced this around 1974, I think it was. I lived in New York at the time, and we had gas rationing. I've been through this before, where you have gas rationing, and what a royal pain. So we had, by license plates, odd, even days. It was a royal pain. It was terrible, and kills tourism too. So I would expect all of this to probably hurt the RV industry too. I mean, if I was looking at RVing and you got rising gas prices like this and gasoline shortages, I probably would wait, put off getting an RV until everything settles. So we may see a fall in RV prices. I don't know if that's such a bad thing either. Being on a full-timer and living on Social Security, we have a fixed budget, so this is really, really hurting us. Budget is tight. If you're retired and a full-timer, I think this really, really bites. This is not the way I figured my retirement would go, that we'd be traveling the U.S. and seeing all the national parks, and I had all these expectations of just traveling carefree, not thinking gasoline would become a real expensive commodity and possibly hard to get too. So it's messing up my retirement. They need to knock it off, right? So, I mean, $150 to fill our truck, that, ouch, you know, really, really hurts. So the things that I would do, like I said, I'll kind of reiterate: stock up on non-perishable food, make shorter trips between parks if you're doing this full time. If you have a home and you don't need to travel far, stay close to home. Yeah, that would be my recommendation. As full-timers, we need to make short trips, start planning our trips out further, as far out as we can make them, short distances and longer stays. So, and keep your gas tank topped up too. Normally I would run my gas tank to about half a tank and then fill up. This way it's not too painful. But I think now, if I got 3/4 of a tank, I'm going to top it up. At every opportunity, top it up, because you just don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next. It's a sad state of affairs. It's very disappointing, and I hope things change for the better soon. So, all right. Hey, if you're seeing gas shortages where you live, or starting to see gas rationing, leave a comment below. Let me know what's going on in your neck of the woods. I'd love to hear from you. So, all right. Until next time, keep it topped up, keep your gas full, and I'll see you in a few days. Happy camping. Bye now. Thomas says thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share. Until next time, happy camping.